Hello everybody. Welcome today. Thank you for joining me. If you're joining me on the replay, make sure to say hi. I love seeing who's joining me and knowing how this stuff resonates with you. So welcome today. My name is Talia, and if you're new, I am a mentor coach for women wanting to up-level their life. And what I'm all about is intuition, gratitude, law of attraction, and basically mastering your experience so that you can truly create the life you want fast. And the only reason I know how to do this is because that is what I have done with my life. I have completely transformed everything from my mental health, my physical health, everything in my life by using these principles that I want to talk about today. So today I want to talk about intuition. So welcome, thank you again for joining me. If you have been around for a while, my business has been called Food Buddha, and just now I'm going through a massive shift into something so much bigger. And what I'm shifting into is something called the Good Feeling Life. So that's what this Facebook page is going to be as soon as the Facebook gods allow me to change the name. So that's what this is all going to be. I have a membership starting July 15th, which I am so excited about. The very first month of the membership, we are going to be talking about intuition and a bit more in depth than I am going to go today. But today I want to give you a really good overview of what intuition is and really clarify it for you so you understand, because this is really the cornerstone of what has absolutely changed my life. There's so many components of it, but intuition in itself has completely connected me to who I truly am, to this universal flow, and allowed me to click into that person and have the stuff, the financial, the house, the love, the everything that I've been truly going after. So today, that's what I'm here to teach you about, is intuition. It's our path to everything we want. And the only way you're gonna know this is if you actually try it for yourself. So I'm gonna give you some really easy ways that you can start practicing this and seeing the magical nature of what intuition is. So let's just back up. What is intuition? The best way that I can describe intuition, the best way that really makes sense to me, is if you think of animals in the animal kingdom. They have what we call instinct, right? They have really either heightened senses or in some way very heightened awareness, the way that dogs have a really sensitive smell, or you think of, lions or some sort of primitive animal. It has a really a heightened sense of awareness so that it can steer away from danger, protect its young, all that. So it can hear something really far away. It can smell something really far away. It has always a gauge on where predators could be, what's going on at any one time. And that's what we call its instinct. And an animal has an instinct because it's meant to survive, right? So it's meant to spot danger from really far away. If you're popping on, say hi, let me know who's here. And we call that an instinct. We have the same thing. We do have an instinct, and we also have an intuition, which I believe are very similar. In this life that us humans live in, we don't need the same instinct that we used to need to protect us. Well, most of us don't anyways, to protect us from everyday danger, like someone coming in to steal our young, or, someone moving into our territory. We do need instincts to sense danger. Hi, Krista. Hello. Thank you for saying hi. So we do need our instinct for that, to sense danger, of course, but we're not in such a primitive time. So now we have what we call intuition, and that is here to guide us. So my take on this is intuition is our connection to this universe. This universe has only certain ways that it can guide us. And I believe that our intuition and our emotions, which are, again, very interlinked, I'll explain that a little bit more, but we have our intuition to guide us. So is it the same as a gut feeling? Yes. You know when you just know something. You have a gut feeling, often because of this instinct, it'll be a gut feeling against something, like, no, I just have this feeling that we should drive a different way home, or I have this feeling that I shouldn't go out tonight, or we shouldn't take this flight. And sometimes you don't know why that is. Sometimes you say, no, I just have a feeling that we should catch the next cab, or something, or your heart is pulling you to something. Like, I have this pull to Bali, and I've never been there, but I know I need to go. I know I need to go soon, and I don't know why. It's, of course, a very spiritual place. There's lots of retreats, but my heart is pulling me there. That is my intuition. My intuition is telling me that I need to go there. I don't know why yet. Once I go, I'll let you know. But we all have these things that we're being pulled to. And this is really well demonstrated with people that are artists. So my husband is a musician, and from the time he was maybe 5, he's been singing, harmonizing like ridiculously well, picking up a guitar as soon as he could. He's got an amazing gauge of like time. He can keep time really well from the time that he was young. His intuition was pulling him to music because that is one way for him to spread his gift while he's here in this life experience. So some people are so talented with art, or they have these pulls to certain things, right? Some people are just pulled to architecture. The way that a building is shaped will fascinate them, or they have a pull to space. Or I have a friend that just loves whales. She just has this fascination and admiration for whales. So we all have things that we are pulled to. And I'm using these bigger examples like music and art and things because you probably have something like that. If I was to ask you, what is just something you could geek out on forever? You could talk about, or you could gaze at, or you could be in. Could you be on a boat for the rest of your life? Is there something that makes you feel so awesome and just so amazing? So those are all parts of you. Through those things that you're super interested in and that excite you is the portal to who you truly are. So I really believe my experience is this universe wants us to be happy, healthy, abundant, because that's how we thrive. That's how all of us thrive. So when you think of the forest, something totally created by nature, totally created by this universe, something us humans don't have any pull over except destroying it or planting trees. But nature in itself, you picture a forest or you picture a desert or whatever, it has its perfection in everything that it is. And when the trees are all thriving, everything is thriving. The bugs are thriving, and the animals that come to those bushes or those trees or whatever. Even as a tree falls, ants make a new home. So don't worry, this does have to do with intuition. This does have to do with humans. I will pull it back to that. But there's a perfection in the abundance, right? The earth rains down rain to feed those trees. So it all works together to thrive. One tree can't just stand alone, independent of a river, independent of the bugs, independent of the birds. It all needs each other to thrive. That is the same with us. We need to use the universal gifts around us. The universe is trying to allow us and trying to make us abundant and happy and healthy, but we have not learned how to accept its help, how to accept its guidance. So can you picture a tree if it never learned how to accept the water that was raining down? Or how to accept the shade and accept the sun? It just takes the gifts of the earth because it's never been shown any different. It's never, established a way to resist the rain. It's of course going to take the rain in because that's what gives it nutrients and life and sustenance. And it's the same with us. It's just that we have gotten so far away from the universal gifts, from the energy that is trying to help us, the flow that we're trying to seek. We have gotten away from how to be in it. And now we are in resistance as a whole, not just saying you or me or that person, but as a whole in this northern world, in these developed countries, most of us have never been taught how to use our intuition. Our intuition is pulling us towards the life we want. So if you know much about law of attraction, this is something that I'm so passionate about. And what it states is that like attracts like. So this law of attraction is not moral. Law of attraction is not just for good people or bad people or only bringing you towards good things. Law of attraction is bringing you more of what you already are. Law of attraction is bringing you more of the things you think about. So if you're filled with stress, unfortunately, you are going to continue to see stress if in your mind, you're always saying, life is so stressful, this is so stressful, this is so hard, I'll never get through this. And we're all doing this. It's not just like, you're excessively negative if you have these negative thoughts. We all have them. But what I'm here to talk about today is how to use your intuition to move into the life you truly want. So I'm first establishing that you understand, as much as you can right now, law of attraction. So as we are saying, like, I want to travel the world one day, or I want to quit my job and start my own business, or one day I would just love to climb to the top of that mountain that I keep looking at. I really want to do that. Or I'd love to compose my own music, or I would love to write a book. The more we spend time in thoughts like that, which is basically focusing on what we want instead of focusing on what we don't want, law of attraction will bring us more. It just happens. This isn't a theory. This isn't a maybe. I am living proof of this. You can find so much information out there about how this works and so many accounts of people saying law of attraction shifted my life. Financially, my life has changed, and all I've done in a short amount of time is change my mindset around financial abundance. So that's something I'm going to go over in the membership, which I'm really excited about. I did post the link below. A membership called The Good Feeling Life is starting July 15th. I'm going to go into how to create financial abundance because it's so important. Financial abundance is what makes you free and able to do the things you want without stressing about money. We all want that. So you can use intuition to get there. So I'm talking about law of attraction. And it's bringing us more of what we are. It's bringing us more of what we're thinking. So how does it bring us more? And this is where I'm getting to intuition. So like I painted, if you're somebody who's always thinking, I'll just use a real life example. I have had back pain since the time I was really young. When I'm in it and I'm suffering and I'm thinking like nobody understands, I'm in so much pain, I'll always be in so much pain, I've always been in so much pain, I'm only this old, could I imagine what it's going to be like later? What am I going to do about this pain? No one seems to understand. Oh, hi Julie, yes, you're in the membership, I'm so excited. The first month we will be talking about intuition, so I'm so excited about that. So when I'm in it thinking this sucks, I'm in so much pain, nobody gets it, I can't run anymore, lifting weights hurts. When I'm in that space mentally, all I'm bringing towards myself is more of that. I can feel it. It just feels hopeless. It feels like there's no hope, there's no relief, there's no help, nobody understands, I'm so alone. And that's law of attraction at work. The more thoughts I put out going, this sucks, the more I get that back, the more pain I'm in. And this is my real life example. This is what happens. The more pain I'm in, the more my healthcare team is going, I don't know, I have no idea. But when I switch my thinking into, right now I might be feeling pain, but I know there is a way. There's just something I haven't seen yet. Or you know what? Maybe my body's telling me to rest. Instead of focusing on I'm in so much pain, I'm going to focus on maybe my body's telling me to sit down. What can I do right now? Can I take a sip of water? Can I stretch? Can I rest? Can I take an Advil? Like, what do I need to do to help myself? When I'm in a solution mindset, and this is where intuition comes in, you open the gates for intuition to flood in. And this is when you start to think of solutions. So what is intuition? Intuition is this source, is this universe pulling us towards the life we truly want. And it's in the form of thoughts and gut feelings. Our heart is telling us. So people say gut feeling, they say their heart, or they might say their intuition. There might be other words for it. If there's something else that you use, then that's great. But those are sort of the common ones. So how do we tap into this intuition. There's always a solution. There's always a way to more love, more ease, more health, more abundance, all of that. There's always a way, and your intuition is guiding you. So first of all, what does intuition sound like? Intuition is a little nudge that comes to your mind that says, hey, you should do this, or that would be really fun, or you could do that. And it always sounds really like, or you get a great idea. You know what? This year for Christmas cards, I'm going to do this hilarious thing and I'm going to mail them to everyone. You'll get an idea that feels like if you did that, that would be awesome. You'd be connecting with family, or you'd be doing something really freeing, really creative. And you get these impulses all the time. There's never an end to the intuitive nudges that you get, which is great because we can't act on all of them all the time. There's been so many ideas I've had for my business, for courses, that I didn't act on them right away and then they're gone. But there's always more. So that is intuition. I got a nudge one day, and this is something I'm working on right now. I got a nudge one day to make a mini self-love course and sell it by donation. And my idea was for the people that really need it, that have no money or have $1 or $5, that need to learn about self-love, intuition, gratitude, whatever else. And I got this feeling of, could I imagine having a self-study like mini course with just some mini trainings for the people that really need it, that can't afford it? Wow. And it felt so great. It felt like a piece of who I am. It felt like if I did that and I had that out, that would really be me being me. That is your intuitive nudge. It's an idea that comes to you that feels like you without the fear, you without the logic, you without the figuring it out. It's an idea or a feeling or an inspiration that is without fear, without worry, without what will they think, without it'll cost too much money. And what you need to do is, when you get those intuitive nudges, and it'll be sometimes as small as, we should all go out for dinner and celebrate my husband's big promotion, or, we should start giving gratitude to our food around the dinner table. You might get these nudges that go, if I did that, it would make me more of who I am, or it would bring peace to my life, or it would bring joy to the people around me. We all have these ideas all the time. How many times have you thought, I just want to go show up at my friend's house with a bouquet of flowers because she's having a hard time? And then you may do it or you may not, but the intuitive nudge was there. So Krista's saying, I had a fire lit under my ass, haven't felt something that strong before, and it totally has worked out for me. Yeah, totally. So these intuitive nudges give you this like when I thought of the idea for this course by donation, there's no part of me that thought, well, am I going to make tons of money? What if someone shares it with their friend? All this scarcity or all this fear, or what kind of business plan has courses by donation? That's not very successful. I didn't think of that stuff. What I thought is, imagine how many people that could help. I pictured me at my lowest, and I thought, what did I need to know? What did I need somebody to tell me? What did I need somebody to share with me that could have got me over that hurdle, out of that struggle, getting unstuck? And from that point, I create a course that's by donation for people that really need it. That is inspiration. That is coming from my intuition. And like I said, it's big and it's small. It could be an intuition about going out for dinner, going on a family trip, or it could be something massive like having the intuition to, go out somewhere and start, dating, or it could be traveling, quitting your job and moving to Spain. It could be so big that it would change your life completely, or it could be so small that we'll be sitting here and sometimes you get this feeling like I'm really thirsty, and you might go, you might hear a voice saying like, I need some water. Or for me, I'm very image. I get my intuition and my downloads, very strong images in my mind. So I'll picture myself drinking water, and that's how I know my body's saying, you're thirsty. And that's my intuition. So your intuition comes in the form of thoughts and nudges and feelings and emotion. And your intuition is always good. So even if you have like a bad feeling, like, no, we shouldn't do that, or we shouldn't drive this way. Or sometimes I'll be driving and I get this nudge saying, slow down. And it might not just be because I'm speeding. It might just be like, be cautious. And I hear this voice and I don't even question it. I just go, okay. And I don't always know what it's about, but we get these nudges all the time, and that's our intuition. And what we need to do is start practicing going with it, because it's a very, what can I say, tough, but I don't want to paint it like it's tough, but breaking free from our conscious mind and figuring it all out and going with our gut feelings is a very bold step. It's like you go from this logical, linear world that we all live in into more of like soaring from your heart, bravery, inspiration, going with what you feel instead of going with what you should do. And that can be a very brave leap, but I'm telling you, the rewards are instant. The rewards are massive, and this is what leads you to the health, the money, the love, the bravery, the clarity, getting out of anxiety, getting out of depression, getting out of debt, getting out of feeling alone, feeling like a lone wolf, like nobody understands you, getting out of overwhelm. This is what your intuition will do for you. So you have to start listening. No matter how much you listen now, take it up a notch. That's my practice, is I'm never there. I'm always working on being a little more brave, a little more brave, a little more brave. And when I don't know how it'll work out, I just have to go with it. So a really short story that's a personal story of how this works is I have a coach, because I just so believe in having a mentor. I have a coach and I'm in a group program that's running for 6 months. So she put out that we're having this live event in New York at the beginning of July. And financially, I had no idea how I was going to make that happen, staying in a hotel, but I'm like, I'm in. And in my bank account, everything, I'm like, I don't know how this is going to happen. I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm in. And I started reaching out to say, does anyone want to share a room? Meanwhile, tickets aren't even bought. I don't know how it's going to work. My kids, it's over my husband's work days. Like, how is this going to work? I don't know, but my intuition was saying go. Also, backstory is I'm an island girl. I'm from the west coast of Canada on an island. And we're on island time here. It is chill. There's tons of nature. So me going to big cities is, it's something I'm learning. I tend to get a little frazzled in cities. It's overstimulating. There's so many people, and I'm a very sensitive person. So crowds, and sometimes it's really hard to be around massive groups of people. Last year, I picked to go to New York to see Vegas, to see Gabby Bernstein in person alone. That was another intuitive nudge. You have to go. I didn't know how it was going to work. I didn't know how I'd get the time off work. At that time, I was working somewhere for somebody else. My husband, my kids, I didn't know how it was going to work, but I was just like, I'm going. My intuition was saying, go see Gabby Bernstein in Vegas. Vegas. I don't drink. I don't gamble. What am I doing in Vegas? And I figured it out. And it was one of the most liberating experiences. I actually had a free day and ended up renting a car and going to the Grand Canyon on like a whim. I was flying into Vegas realizing the Grand Canyon's here. I'm a nature girl. That's what I need to do with my extra day. And it was one of the most liberating experiences ever. So now my intuition is kicked in again, saying, go to New York, go be with your mentor and these other women. And I go, how is this going to happen? So long story short, I am reaching out saying, does anyone want to share a room? I'm saying I'm in, tickets aren't even, booked. And all of a sudden I get a call from my accountant saying, the government owes you a bunch of money and it's coming to you now because they hadn't paid you for a few years of like child tax benefits and stuff. So all of a sudden I get this lump of money out of nowhere. And I believe, because I know now, that was law of attraction. I was saying it's going to happen. I was picturing myself there. I was talking to my friend who has lived in New York saying, how does the transit system work? How do I get from JFK to Manhattan? And I'm putting the thoughts forward. I'm putting it forward. My intuition was saying, go, you are going. It is meant to happen. My logical mind was going, what the what? How are you going to do this? How are you going to pay? How are you going to whatever, right? That's what my mind was saying. How are you going to just leave your family for that many days? Like, we have kids to sort out, and how is this going to happen? But you know what? As it's getting closer, now it's actually happening. And I know that is how it works. So our intuition, to try to sum this back up, our intuition is the pulling force of what is guiding our soul, guiding the highest part of us, the person we really want to be. I want to be traveling the world. I want to be meeting my mentors in person. That is part of my dream life. Traveling, doing this for business, connecting with other women, building my business, being someone who is not afraid to just like fly to a huge city and figure it out. That's who I want to be. So I'm from an island. I'm not used to these big things. And the money wasn't there at first. The hotel arrangements weren't there at first. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I went forward because my intuition was saying go. And when the opportunity came up, I took a moment to sit and get quiet. And I said, okay, highest self, do you see me in New York? Is this happening? And I was just yes, yes, yes. And I was like, okay, I know better now. So I went with my intuitive pull. I leave Monday following the same kind of nudge. Yes, Krista, where are you going? Let me know. Yes. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Because we sometimes have these nudges to do these things and we don't know why, but your job is to follow it and know that if it's meant to happen, it will happen. But your job is to stay the course. And this doesn't mean going on trips and leaving your family in debt because you're spending all this money. The universe doesn't work like that either. The universe isn't going to guide you to do something that's going to have other people suffer. It's only ever going to be in the highest good. So me going to be with my coach and to work on my business benefits me. My family's going to feel the benefit because I'm off doing my thing. And when I come back, I'm refreshed. I've got energy. My clients, you guys, everybody out there is going to benefit from me living the life of the example that I want to be for you. Everybody benefits. The money will work itself out. I know it. So you have to learn how to go with your intuition. And the absolute best advice that I could possibly give you on how to connect to your intuition is to connect with quiet. When we are in our busy life with sounds, there's chatter in coffee shops, there's music playing everywhere, there's TVs in the background, or there's Facebook to check and email to check, and there's noise and there's stuff, then we struggle to find our intuitive guidance and we don't know why. But this is why a lot of the greats, spiritual and personal development mentors, say to meditate. But the awesome news is meditation doesn't just have to look like sitting like this for 45 minutes or completely clearing your mind. I think that that's really misunderstood. Get quiet in whatever way resonates with you. Where do you feel the most free? Is it sitting in a meditative position with amazing background music on? Is it out in nature? The other day I went for a walk down by the water right near my house. I did a video called Why We Need to Give Our Heart More Credit. And I just went and sat at the beach, found this little perch, sat out there and just closed my eyes, and I felt so connected with this universe in like 2 minutes and my highest self. And I knew that no amount of work would have been more beneficial. I shouldn't have been doing anything except that. So find the way in which you like to get quiet. Do you like to journal? Do you like to sit in nature? Do you like to sit in a bath? Do you like to lay in your bed and just clear your mind? Do you have a space in your house that's so relaxing? Is that out in the garden? Where can you get quiet? This can even be sometimes in your car. If you're out running errands and you like go to the parking lot of the mall or the grocery store and you just stop your car and you sit for a moment and just get quiet, that helps so much, because what you're doing is you're just acknowledging that your busy mind doesn't have all the answers and that you're ready to hear your heart speak. Because my busy mind wouldn't have let me quit my job after 11 years and start my own business. My busy mind wouldn't have let me say I'm going to New York before the money and the time was there. My busy mind wouldn't have got me to go to Vegas, because why would I go to Vegas? I'm this island girl and I don't gamble and why would I go? But I knew I needed those experiences. I wanted to see my mentor. I wanted to go and experience that independence. And that feeling was one of the best things I did already in my life. So know that your busy mind can't figure it all out, but your intuition can. It's the connection between this universe and you. So if we're praying or we're talking to the universe or we're saying, I want increased abundance, or I'm ready to find my soulmate, or I really want this year to be the year I get super healthy from the inside out. I want to lose the weight in a way that feels good, that I'm really moving into health. This year, I want this to be the year where I traveled more, where I started my business. As we're putting these things out into the universe, and this is, hi Phil, oh Krista, Toronto first and then taking a train to Montreal. Oh nice, a train. That is something that my intuition has told me I just have in my mind. Taking a train trip would be so incredible. So good job. So our busy minds cannot figure it out. And as we're praying to the universe, whether you're praying in a way that's like, dear God, or you're praying in a way that's just saying, universe, help me, I need guidance, or whether you're praying in a way that you're just dreaming of, I want to travel this year, I want to do this, it's all the same. So don't worry about praying to anything or having it be some structured thing. It's just launching your desires. If you've ever listened to Abraham, Esther and Jerry Hicks, she always says you're launching rockets of desire just by your thoughts. So when you're thinking like, oh, next year I really want to have a beautiful garden where I grow fruits and vegetables, or this year I'd love to travel, like I've mentioned, those are launching rockets of desire. We're saying, universe, this would make me happy. And the way that the universe connects you to that thing that you want fast is your intuition. So if I am saying, universe, help me be financially abundant. I want to feel financially free. I don't want to be down to the last dollar. I don't want to be tied to my bank account and in stress and in worry. If I'm saying that and I'm launching those rockets of desire, I'm saying, this is what I want. The universe is going to be showing me how to get there fast through my intuition. So I will have ideas for side income, ideas of directions to take my business. This good feeling life that I'm launching now, the membership that some of you that are on are a part of, that was just an idea I had that felt so right. It was like, I can't not act on that. So I didn't go to a coach and say, what should I do? I didn't see somebody else saying, you know how to make $1 million? Get a membership. No, it was my heart saying, how can I serve people the best? My intuition, this universe knows that I'm meant to make an impact in the lives of millions. Name in lights, on big stages, helping people heal their life, create the life they want. What I have works. The way that I help people works. I've struggled for a reason to get to this place. I know I'm meant to go big. So the universe uses my intuition to feed me ideas on how that can happen. That was the membership. So the membership isn't just about how am I going to get big? How am I going to make money? No, the membership was about how can I best serve people? And I've run group programs and I feel a sense of click when I'm in front of a group, when I'm supporting a group and the group is supporting each other and everybody's thriving and learning and asking questions and being curious and expanding and up-leveling their life. I could feel that I'm in my purpose. The feeling of joy when I'm leading a group is so big between me and between them. That is also my intuition saying, here, now, this is working. So naturally I got the idea of a membership where everybody doesn't have to pay much. I can make my living. I can share my gifts. I can give you so much insane value and we can all gather together and create this community. That is so the center of why I'm here. So my intuition delivered me that idea and I acted on it. I was so excited. I am so excited. I can't even contain myself when I'm talking to people about it. It's so right. So the logical mind would say, how can I make $1 million? That would probably be keep upping my fees and get like 2 clients that pay me like $50,000 each and there you go. But that doesn't resonate with my heart. What resonates with my heart is serving so many people with a variety of topics, a variety of tools, sharing everything I've learned, sharing all the things that I am here to share. So naturally a membership came to me and it was like, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of this earlier? This is incredible. Thank you, universe, for that idea. So to sum it up, that's what your intuition is. That's how it comes to you, is it's a series of ideas. It's a series of pulls. You know, when you're being pulled to do something, or pulled to not do something, pulled to create something. That is your intuition, and our job is to go with it. So this is great because I'm almost ready to wrap up here. How do we go with it? How can you start practicing it? How can you find this magic for yourself? So you don't just have to take my word for it. You need to act on it. And what I'm going to suggest you do is right now, today, use your intuition to just guide you to something small. Ask yourself, what should we have for dinner? Or what should I do with my weekend? Or should I book these tickets? Or, use it for something just like, what do I want to do now? Or what do I want to wear today? And get quiet and have your intuition speak to you instead of your busy mind. And how do you know if it's your intuition or if it's your busy mind? Your intuition always feels like, so say it's about going out for dinner or it's about what to wear today. Your intuition would say like, oh, you know what would be really fun? Or you know what would be so good is this restaurant. Or you know what would just work for the whole family is like this restaurant. Or you know what would make you feel incredible today? That dress that you love to wear with those like cute sandals. That'll be your intuition going, this will make you feel incredible. Your busy mind though, probably will direct you towards what you should wear, what will make you, if you're someone who's ever struggled with weight, it'll be what's the most flattering or what makes you look the least fat. It's almost like the mind has this downer spin. It's kind of like, I don't want to wear what's going to make me feel less fat. I want to wear what's going to light me up. So your intuition will guide you towards the thing that lights you up, that feels good. And your head will logic it out and kind of give you what you should do. So allow yourself to be pulled by what feels good. So today, if you don't have anything yet to do, or if you don't know what you're going to do next or do for the next couple hours, just get quiet for a moment. And like I mentioned, it doesn't have to be meditating for 45 minutes in some sort of cross-legged position with a specific meditation pillow in a specific room facing east. It just has to be what makes you feel calm and quiet. Some of my best ideas I get in the shower, in the bath, because I use it as a time to go, okay, this is my quiet time. And sometimes I even catch myself going, I should watch that video. Like while I'm in the bath, I'll set up my computer and then I go, no, quiet time. The absolute best thing I could do for myself is to get quiet and start to hear that nudge. Because while we're busy, while it's loud, while it's chaotic in our mind, when we're hearing sounds and everything's stimulating, we can't really hear our intuition very well. So we need to start to learn to get quiet. And the best way is just to embrace any moments of quiet you can and do something that feels really good. So like I mentioned, if sitting up like this doesn't feel good, because to me, my back hurts if I sit up straight for too long. So I lay down, or I go in the bath, or I lay on my bed, or I lay on my yoga mat, or whatever. That really works for me. Or I go in nature, or I do something that feels good. So your intuitive voice is this universe guiding you towards the life that you really want. Your head is trying to logic things out, have you do what you should do. And usually it's what you should do in order to not fail, or in order to not look bad, or in order to gain approval, or in order to not ruffle feathers, where your intuition isn't concerned with any of that stuff. Your intuition is just going, do what lights you up. Here's an idea. And so get quiet, listen to that voice that sounds loving, that sounds like what it's telling you to do is exciting. Like I mentioned with New York, I didn't know how the money or the roommate or the travel was going to pan out. My heart just said, that would be so effing incredible if you went and did that. Yes. And I knew by that flare up that I was like, yes, that would be absolutely great. And it's not because it's travel. It's because what it was is right. So I had a friend that was going to go to Mexico a few years ago when there was that huge outbreak of some sort of virus in Mexico City. And she was supposed to be going to Mexico, not through Mexico City, but going there. And her intuition was like, I don't think we should go right now. And they were so set on the trip. But there was something about the fact that that happened. They just were pulled to naught, and they ended up going somewhere else. It was really incredible and ended up being a life-changing opportunity. So sometimes our intuition doesn't always guide us just to what would be glamorous or just to what will get us on a beach. It's actually what's right for you. And she doesn't know. Maybe she skipped out on being sick. Maybe she would have ended up really ill if she would have just pushed through and gone, no, the tickets are gone, or the tickets are booked, I gotta do it. But instead she went, no, I'm going to listen to that and let's go somewhere else. And it ended up being for an incredible reason. So go with your gut. Go with the pull of your heart. Allow your intuition to guide you. And like I mentioned, intuition is going to be the very first topic we cover in the membership. The membership starts July 15th. We're kicking off with a 5-day self-love and meditation experience, which is going to be super fun. The information I'll put below if this membership sounds like a heck yes to you. Community, exploring all the different aspects of what we need to create a really good feeling life. We're going to be going over intuition first, how to bring it out even more, your intuitive type, journal prompts, all sorts of things I'm going to be giving you in that first month. So I'm really excited about that. If you're interested, like I said, I'll post the link below. But overall, remember that your head yells, your head tries to logic it out. Your head is trying to have you not look dumb, not fail, not be too bold because again, you might fail. Your heart is pulling you to expand. Your heart is pulling you to go out on a limb. Your heart is pulling you to love anyways. Your heart is pulling you to take care of yourself. Your heart is pulling you to a better place, to a place that you have not been able to create yet. That's the other part, is your mind can only process what you've already created. Your mind can't process you as a millionaire, but your heart can. Your mind can't process you quitting your job and traveling the world, but your heart can. Your mind can't process what it'll feel like to finally have that soulmate or finally have the house of your dreams, but your heart can. So be pulled by your heart because it's got so much in store for you. That intuitive voice has so much in store for you that you cannot fathom yet, that it's worth it to listen. It's worth it to allow yourself to be pulled by what feels right instead of what your head is telling you to do. So again, what I'm going to recommend you do today is use it for something just trivial. Like, which grocery store should I go to? What restaurant should we go to? What should I wear today? I don't know, whatever else comes up in your day-to-day life. Which direction should you drive to work, or should you drive, to the store? Use your intuition to guide you in the things that are just fun, and watch how much it brings joy to your life. So drive the windy route along the ocean that your intuition is telling you to, instead of the faster way through the traffic, and watch what happens to your whole vibration, your whole mental state, and all of your energy, and everything else that correlates and happens in that day will line up to those good feeling things because you're allowing yourself to be pulled by your heart. It'll direct you to the life that feels really good. So start listening to that intuition and let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have questions about this. I absolutely love this topic. You have the power within you to create the life that you want, and your intuition is what will guide you there. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.